3 weeks from today, Ohioans will decide a number of key races throughout the state, including governor, with former Dayton Mayor Nan Whaley trying to unseat Republican incumbent Mike DeWine.
Polls, however, across the board have consistently shown that to be an uphill climb. Here in your local election headquarters, I spoke with Dr. Mark Caleb Smith, the director of political studies at Cedarville University, about the state of that race.
Ohio has this great reputation, long-standing reputation as kind of a bellwether state, a purple state. We think of the colors. That seems to be changing over the last several election cycles.
And Dr. Mark Caleb Smith expects that trend to continue in the gubernatorial race. The latest Emerson College The Hill poll shows Governor Mike DeWine with a 13-point lead over his challenger Nan Whaley, which he says is consistent with polls since the very beginning of this race. Dr. Smith attributing the perceived large gap to DeWine's name recognition, long track record, and deep political network, which stacks up to be a tough bid for anyone to beat.
Now, he had some bumpy roads around the pandemic, had some complicated relationships with the Republican Party there for a while, but once he sailed through that, I think it was really an uphill climb for Mayor Whaley.
Dr. Smith says for Whaley to win, her focus on the overturning of Roe v. Wade and other social issues had to carry the day. However, the economy and other issues seem to overwhelm those arguments in Ohio. DeWine and Whaley have clear differences on many issues. However, you will not hear the candidates debate those differences. And Whaley points the finger of blame straight at the governor, telling 2 News in a statement, quote, "As candidates, we owe it to voters to publicly discuss our vision for the state and defend our record. Debating is a core aspect of democracy, and refusing to face the public and defend your record is nothing short of cowardly." DeWine's camp has not agreed to any debates, issuing this statement to 2 News saying the governor has agreed to several forums in which, quote, includes during the Ohio Association of Regional Councils forum, the Vote for Ohio Kids forum, as well as the Cleveland.com editorial board endorsement screening that has long served as a de facto debate. The candidates, however, did not appear together on the stage during these forums. Dr. Smith understands the strategic decision by the governor's camp to avoid a debate. Why introduce potential chaos when you feel comfortably ahead? But he adds, there is a responsibility to the voters.
But I think there is a civic responsibility. The voters really should hear and see both of those candidates on a stage together, exchanging ideas back and forth, and scrutinize them one last time.
Minus that, Dr. Smith sees this race trending soundly towards the DeWine second term. But
things can change, events can happen. Something radical could take place that would cause people to rethink their positions, but this feels like a pretty locked-in race to me.
Now, 2014 was the last time there were no debates between gubernatorial candidates. Republican incumbent John Kasich was believed to have an even larger lead then than Governor DeWine now. Kasich won that election by 30 points.
Tomorrow, the focus shifts to a race the whole nation is watching, the U.S. Senate race between Tim Ryan and J.D. Vance. And for all of our coverage of the key races and issues on this year's ballot, go to WDTN.com. Click on your local election headquarters under the News tab.